And welcome back here to the Iona Insider pregame show. John Seiko being joined here by head coach Billi Godsey. Billi, let's backtrack 12 days ago. The win against Wagner, you guys played incredibly well, even without D'Amica Martinez playing in the game. What did you take from that game? What really pleased you?
I was really excited for us to have 21 assists on 30 shots. We really moved the ball well. We really were very, very unselfish in that game, and it was nice to see so many of our players step up to handle the fact that D'Amica wasn't playing that game.
Yeah, Aaliyah Robinson, the spot start. What can you say about her starting 17 points, a career high for her?
Leah did great that game, and that's, I think, what we expect from Aaliyah, even coming off of the bench. We'd love to see her be a little bit more consistent in that role and come in and have the confidence to knock it down, whether she's subbing D'Amica out or whether she's starting for her.
I don't know if you know, but there's this monster underneath by the name of Joy Adams. I mean, she had 24 points, a career high for her. Do you ever just look at the stat sheet, and she does so effortlessly, but just go, wow, she's that good every game?
Absolutely. Sometimes it's just like, where did she come from? But she's a great kid. She's a really, really hard worker, and she deserves every point she gets. She works extremely hard to get every single one of them.
Does Joy have the ability or capability to become the face of this offense at times, even when D'Amica's not playing well?
Absolutely, and I think that's what we like about our offense, that we're versatile in the offense, so we can, if they're face guarding D'Amica, if they're trying to take D'Amica out of the play, that we can go to someone else to kind of ease up some of the pressure on her when teams are trying to take her out of our rhythm.
You mentioned you were pleased with the 21 assists on 30 field goals. What do you think was the key to getting that ball movement all game long?
I think just having the confidence to make a play for somebody else and just playing unselfishly. And they talked about it a lot in the game, in practices prior to the game, that we have to move the ball, we have to be ready to knock down open shots, and we have to play with confidence. So I was proud to hear, from our captains that was the communication without us even in the locker room.
Your team's on a 3-game winning streak. You guys are shooting 45% over these 3 games, and you're assisting on 59% of your field goals as well. What's clicking so well offensively?
Again, I think just kids that like to play unselfish basketball, that we move the ball, we try to find the people in the right spots, and that we have a few different tweaks off of our offense where we can get into open spots, and just having the confidence to take the shot when it's open.
Also during this streak, opponents are shooting 35% or below all 3 of these games. Is the defense finally forming into what you want it to be?
We're taking baby steps. We're getting a little bit closer to where we would like it to be. I think we still have a stretch of where we want to go with it. But the girls are locking in. They're trying to do what we're asking them to do, and they're trying to be a little bit more disciplined in the half-court set.
Now, today's game against Sacred Heart, they're a team that has a bit of an identity crisis, I feel. They only lose by 3 to St. John's in overtime, but then they only beat St. Peter's by 3. What are you expecting in today's game?
I expect a really tough matchup with Sacred Heart. They are a very well-coached team. They are coming in with a lot of energy with a new head coach, and they defend home really well. And those 2 overtime losses to St. John's and Villanova were at home. They're proud of their home court, and they come out to play. So we're going to have to come with our A game ready to compete.
Yeah, to sell out there for the game today. But their leader is Gabrielle Washington. She averages 19 points per game. What's the key to stopping her?
I think we have to just communicate about where she is at all times. She's an all-around player, great shooter, can drive it to the rim and score, and we have to match her energy. So we have to make sure we put a good defender on her who will lock her down, make sure we know where we are, and if we switch off of her, we're talking about her the entire set.
Do you have any idea who that defender will be that you put on her?
We've communicated a little bit. Probably we'll start with Haley on her because Haley's a really good defender for us and keeps us in the flow of our game when we're playing our gap defense. But we will talk about switching a little bit and making it, defense by committee.
And the Pioneers' last game, they lost to Iona. They had 30 turnovers. You look at that stat, just like, wow, pops off the page. How can you guys manage some of that today? Maybe get them to turn the ball over a lot?
I think that was a little bit out of character for them, the 30 turnovers. So I don't expect them to come into this game and have 30. So we try not to talk about that with our girls. We expect them to handle the ball, take care of it, and compete. I mean, we are a team that we expect to get the other team's best game, and that's what we expect from Sacred Heart. So, should we get them into turnover trouble, we're going to try to capitalize with our transition game, but we are just going to continue to play the way we play.
It's been 12 days since the previous game. Anything you've been working on during that time specifically with this team?
Quite a few things. Just a few more wrinkles to our offense. Starting to talk about a little bit of a press defense to try to get us in more of an up-tempo game than we already are, and just continuing to do the basic and fundamental things that we like to do.
Any fear of rust with 12 days between competitive gameplay?
I think there's always a little fear of rust. So hopefully we'll shake that off right away as soon as we get going.
What's the key to making this 3-game winning streak a 4-game winning streak here today?
I think continuing to play with confidence, continuing to share the ball, and move the ball really well within the frame of our offense, and just going out and setting the tone with energy.
Good luck today, Coach.
Thank you.